Many people new to deer hunting are surprised to learn that deer regularly communicate with each other, though in very different ways than humans. We communicate primarily through speech, whereas deer communicate mostly through senses, behaviors, and body language. While deer have the same 5 senses as humans, their senses of smell, vision, and hearing are the most important from a hunting perspective. Perhaps their greatest sense is that of smell, which is much more highly developed than ours. This allows them to detect predators, food, and other deer at great distances. This is also why deer hunters go to such great lengths to be as scent-free as possible while hunting, and also why they constantly check wind direction. Bottom line, beating a whitetail's nose is one of the most important aspects of being a successful deer hunter. A deer's sense of vision also is very different than ours. First, as a prey species, their eyes are positioned on the side of their head versus in the front as in humans. This gives them a much wider field of view, but limits their visual acuity or their ability to see fine detail. In this wide field of view and their unique ability to process visual images much faster than humans makes them masters at detecting movement from nearly any direction. So, paying close attention to when and how you move is another vital aspect of deer hunting. Second, deer have a reflective layer in the back of their eyes, which causes them to shine at night. This shiny reflective layer allows them to use light twice, which allows them to see much better in low light conditions. Deer are not colorblind as once believed. They do see colors differently than humans. We have 3 cell types in our eyes that allow us to see in the short, medium, and long wavelength colors. These are the colors that we call blues, greens, and reds. Deer only have 2 of these cell types, the short and the medium. So they are missing the cell type in their eye that allows them to differentiate the long wavelength colors, which includes reds and oranges. So that's why deer hunters can wear blaze orange clothing and not spook the deer. They simply don't have the ability to differentiate orange from green. Surprisingly, a deer's sense of hearing is not that much different than ours. They can hear about the same range of sounds, but they can hear slightly better in the higher frequencies. The big difference is that deer have large, cupped ears that they can rotate. This is not unlike us cupping our hands around our ears in an effort to hear better or determine the direction of a sound. Deer are very good at this, as they are at recognizing sounds that aren't normal in their world. So, if you can fool a deer's nose, limit your movements, and eliminate unnatural sounds, you'll be well on your way to becoming a successful deer hunter. Deer also communicate through scents produced on certain glands in their body. Today, researchers have identified 7 glands on whitetails, including 3 on the head, 3 on the legs, and 1 halfway in between on male deer only. The 3 on the head include the nasal gland, just below the nose, the preorbital gland, just below the eyes, and the forehead gland. And while we don't know much about the role of the nasal and preorbital gland, we know that the forehead gland is definitely important, especially in older bucks. This glandular region on the deer's forehead produces a unique scent that bucks rub on trees and other deer sniff when they come in close contact with each other. We believe the scent contains information on the gender, breeding condition, and even dominance status. The 3 glands on the legs include the interdigital, the tarsal, and the metatarsal. Of these, the interdigital and the tarsal are thought to be the most important. The interdigital is located between the digits or the toes on all 4 feet, and it produces a scent that smells like rancid butter. Each time a deer walks, it deposits some of that scent, and this is how other deer and predators such as coyotes can tell which way a deer is walking. The tarsal gland is considered the most important gland of all because it contains the most comprehensive information about the animal. In essence, it's a deer's driver's license or social security card. Why? Well, because deer urinate on this gland, which acts like a sponge to hold the urine. And over time, this urine begins to break down from bacterial decomposition, creating a uniquely personal odor profile. All deer urinate on this gland, including does and fawns, and this is why other deer sniff the tarsal gland when they first encounter each other. So, aren't you glad that we're a visual species? The last gland is only found on male deer, and you can probably guess where. Since researchers don't know its purpose, we can discuss that one another day. Well, there you go. That's a brief overview of the senses and glands of the whitetail. The more you learn about deer biology and behavior, the more enjoyment you'll derive from hunting and the more successful you'll be. For more information on deer senses and glands and everything whitetail, visit deerassociation.com.
To learn more, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, or head over to www.deerassociation.com. This video is part of the official NDA Deer Hunting 101 online course with Today's Hunter. For the full course, go to www.todayshunter.com/Deer 101. This Deer 101 digital series has been a Bearded Buck production.